All right, goodbye, Seattle.
Bye, Seattle.
Cheers, and heading to Alaska. This is the garden lounge, which leads out to the pool and the hot tubs. And of course, you can see the view. And then there's a bar. And then music, and it goes all the way around. Yes, we did. This is the pool area. Leads into the garden lounge. Yeah, you want to go see it? Hey guys, it's Darlene and welcome to my channel. Alright, so today's video is my review of Cunard's Queen Elizabeth. We took an Alaskan cruise, 11 days, and so I'm going to tell you all about the ship and my thoughts. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, first and foremost, if you're already subscribed to my channel, I want to say thank you so very much. If you are not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. That way you won't miss out on any videos. Okay, let me start by saying this is my first cruise, so I have absolutely nothing to compare it to. We did 5 ports, so let me go ahead and tell you first about the cruise ship, and then I will show you video and pictures and things of that I took while on the ship itself. So Cunard is owned by Carnival, but it is completely different from everything that I have read, seen, and heard. Cunard is, the Queen Elizabeth specifically, is luxury. It is meant to be luxurious, traditional, think Titanic without the sinking. So very sophisticated. It's dinner jackets, it's gala nights with tuxedos, think that. So that's what they really concentrate on. It holds approximately anywhere from it's hard to get an exact number, but anywhere from 2,100 to 2,500 passengers. So it's not a huge, massive ship, which I liked. We'll never want for anything on this ship. At least we never did. Let's start with boarding. Let's start with the very beginning. I have seen and heard horror stories about boarding. Our board time was 2:30. Checking in, super simple. Never waited in line for anything. Each stop was just, there was nobody ahead of us. I mean, it was just so incredibly easy. On we went, and then we get assigned, we had our room assignment, obviously. We knew our room beforehand, so you go down and you basically watch the video. It's kind of like in case of an emergency video. Stop right here, and I'm gonna let you see the room.
Here we go. Now normally the light is not on, you guys. You need to use your key, but don't use this. Grab this right here, some old key, and then you can put it in here and it'll keep your lights on. So that's just tip number 1. All right, let's take a look at what we've got. We've got closet here, 2 plush Cunard robes, 2 slippers, here, and then tons of hangers. And on this side we've got a safe, life jackets, and tons of storage there. And then in here, more hangers and more storage. Perfect. Let's check out the restroom. Smallest shower I've ever seen in my life. It'll do the trick though. Potty, sink. We've got, I know that they have bath and shower gel and shampoo, and I know that you can ask for conditioner, so we'll do that. Lotion and a few other little things. This is hand soap. And then let's look down here. And then there's Cunard towels. We might need a few more of those. That's the bathroom. And then we're gonna come in here. You have a nightstand on this side with outlets for your phone and charger and things like that. And then a little storage there. This right here is just to put your luggage on so it doesn't mess up the beautiful bed that they have. How gorgeous is that? We have a outfit of the day selfie mirror, some hooks, television, trading places with hubby here now. Another drawer, exact same thing. No outlets on this side for the phone. But I do know that we have plugs. It did come with champagne, which was sitting here with 2 glasses, but I put it in the refrigerator. So we're chilling that. We've got a little coffee and or tea station, and there's the blow dryer. I don't know why it's here, because there's no room in the bathroom, I guess. And then let's go out here. So there is an exterior light. And there's 2 nice chairs. They just did some varnishing, so we don't want to touch. And here we are in port.
All right, so as you can see, the room is lovely. The linens were lovely. The bed was so comfortable. Now, I'm gonna stop here and say to you, this is what I would recommend doing. Your steward will greet you. So number 1, we asked if we could always have ice, and he said yes. Number 2 was, you know, the egg carton mattress covers or whatever you want it, you know, to get it more plush. We asked for one of those, and while we were gone, he came in and remade our bed and put one of those on and extra pillows, and it was phenomenal. And every day that I never ever had to ask again. Eduardo, unbelievable, fantastic. So I use the desk as my makeup. You know, being an influencer, I probably have more makeup than skincare than the average person, but maybe not. So that's where I've had all my skincare, all my makeup, all my jewelry. I bought little magnetic hooks, and what I did was put a few of them, and so I put my silver chains and gold chains and necklaces, hung those up. I put one for my robe. Lots of room within the cabin and lots of storage. So we had 3 large suitcases and 2 carry-on suitcases, and the 2 carry-ons fit in the closet. Under the bed there were drawers that you could put things in, and I used packing cubes, and sometimes I didn't even take the things out of the packing cubes. I liked everything in a packing cube. That really helped. The other thing is with regards to the room, the bathroom. Now the bathroom is very small. The shower is ridiculously small. If you want extra towels, I wanted extra washcloths provided. Anything we needed, Eduardo provided. He was awesome. We were on the 5th floor, room 5081, in case you would like to know that. So the deck itself is plexiglass, so clear. We always, and there's a small table, we always prop the door open at night to hear the waves and the ocean and the breeze and get that cool air in. Loved it. Would highly recommend that. The consensus is if you're going to Alaska, this is the time to do. I would not have a room with the balcony. Okay, let's talk about the rest of the ship. So there are a multitude of restaurants. Let's start with restaurants. Why not? It's the fun things. There's a multitude of restaurants. And it depends on what class level you get. So Queen's Suites will have access to their own restaurant, which is Queen's Grill. Princess Suites, Princess Grills. Britannia Club restaurant. Of course, they can eat anywhere on the ship, but they also have their private dining as well. We were in just regular old Britannia, which 95% of people will be. 85%, I think. 85%. So with regards to that, you have access to the Britannia restaurant, which is white tablecloths, you dress, dinner jackets, you know, and pretty much everybody. You will not be allowed. I never saw a single person in shorts, which is great. I enjoy dressing up. I wore a gown or a dress every single night. Then you have the Lido, which is the buffet that I am not a fan of. I've said it in a video of how I did not gain weight on a cruise, how not to gain weight on a cruise. So they have a Lido buffet. It's very large, very huge, very busy. Way casual. The next is the Lions Pub, which is the Cunard, I should say, is British ships. So that is a sort of a British type pub. They serve British type food. And then you have the Veranda, which is a steak restaurant. All the restaurants that I mentioned prior are included. and then except for the veranda, which is an extra cost. It's a pretty minor cost. I think it's $35 for lunch and $65 for dinner, if I remember correctly. And with that, it comes your choice of appetizer, entree, and dessert. I ate at all the restaurants that I was able to eat at, so let me go ahead and tell you about each one of them. Britannia is where we primarily ate. And let me start by saying I don't eat breakfast. I ate breakfast one time and it was at the buffet. And I ate lunch once on the ship as well, and that was at the Lions Pub. And so primarily all of my meals were in the Britannia, and they were all dinner. They were also all excellent. I will show some menus here and then tell you kind of what I ate within that menu. I'll put it, because I'll put it right here like what I had, and then show you the menu and then what I had. And with the Britannia menu, you can have every single thing on there all at one time, whatever you want. If you want 4 appetizers, 4 entrees, you know, my husband every night practically got double shrimp cocktail. I never did that. In fact, I never even had one thing in every category. I don't know. I can't remember, or maybe I'd choose a soup. And then I never ordered, like they would always order their everything from entree or from appetizer all the way right away. No, because I don't know if I want dessert, you know, and there were times I didn't have it. There were times I'd have a bite of one and then give it to my husband to finish it off. I did always have peppermint tea though. Well, towards the end, peppermint tea. You can choose early dining, late dining, or open dining. Open dining, you may or may not have to wait. You can make a reservation though. So there were times where we had reservations because we knew we wanted to eat at a specific time, and there were times where we were coming from port and we didn't, and we never waited more than 5 minutes. And that's with asking for a table close to the window. We always had between 3 and 5 people with us, so it wasn't just 2 people. So sometimes we wouldn't be right at the window. Now, there is a section, I'm just going to forewarn you, that is at what I'm going to assume is the back of the boat. You will feel a lot more movement than you would if you were not. And let me back up and say, our room was mid-ship. So I felt absolutely no seasickness in my room. No queasiness, no weirdness, I felt nothing. Absolutely nothing. So the restaurant itself is great. We did sit in that section a few times, and I was like, boy, we moved or chose a different section more because we weren't fond of that particular waiter. We got Rocky then, and from that point forward, it was always Rocky's section. Loved Rocky. He was great. Always had a smile on his face, always sweet, always nice. Just loved it. Now, you are going to be pampered. You have a bread person, you have a sommelier, you will have your waiter, you have somebody that will serve you coffee and tea. You just really will be waited on. It's not one person. You have many people taking care of many different things. The food on a whole, 100% delicious. I never altered it based on diet. I wanted it served exactly how they were doing it. I am allergic to shellfish, so I was limited in that regard, but otherwise I ate everything and I loved it. I ate bread, I ate potatoes. The portions are small because you can't have multiple things. So the food was excellent at the Britannia. The Lido, I am not a fan of, but I also have a bias because I don't like buffets. I've had excellent buffets at really great resorts. I would not say that this is great. It's adequate. It's food. It'll keep you sustained, but am I blown away? No. Was I blown away by Britannia's food? Things that I remember more than others. Like there was a sea bass that was mind-blowing. There was these beef arancini balls that were phenomenal. So yes, I remember some sauces and different things that were excellent. So I had fish and chips at the Golden Lion. It was fabulous, phenomenal. Malt vinegar. They give you all the things that you would want with a traditional fish and chips. It was delicious. And it's really cute because it looks like a pub. Love the window panes. Really cute. The veranda, it's beautiful. Now there's only 5 booths that have window view. I wanted one of those booths. had to be there at 5:30. I mean, I made reservations, and you have to be there early for that. So if you want a booth, you're either there early or you're late. Here's what we did it. We ate. So I'm going to tell you. The food was excellent. I had a filet mignon, medium rare, perfectly prepared. My husband and Michael, our friend, they had crab cakes. They were excellent. I can't eat crab cakes. Here's the thing. We did it on a gala night, which was, I want to call it Mardi Gras because that's what Michael looked like. It was total Mardi Gras. And we matched, and we've never met, by the way. We met on the ship the first gala night, which is the second day of being on the cruise, and he ate with us the rest of the time. We love him. So that was the masquerade night. I would not recommend doing it. I would not recommend eating on one of the gala nights because you're gonna miss out on things because it is very slow moving. Very, very. I felt like it was like a 2-hour dinner. I know it was a 2-hour dinner. So we missed some of the activities because it just took forever. Choose a different night. You know, any night that you're on board, other than the gala nights, that's when I would choose to do it. So those are the restaurants. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of give you an idea of what each day kind of encompassed. I won't talk about the excursions themselves. That'll be a different video. Otherwise, this video will be an hour long. So obviously the first day we arrive, we unpack, we go, we eat. Now, this is the one time in Britannia that it is more casual.
Here. Gotta show the ring. Ready? Here we go. This is what it looks like at midnight, you guys. On our way to Alaska. And it's very cold, yes.
The second night was the white ice night, so it was gala night, and loved it. It was a lot of fun. So since it was a sea day, that is the day.
Oh, it looks good. Looks good.
Oh, it's like magic.
Yeah.
Magic.
No, you were this. I got that.
And then my husband and I, we like to gamble. So we went to the casino. So let me tell you about the casino. Very, very, very small. Don't get too excited. If you're a slot person, I feel like they have a lot of slot machines. That is not my thing. I don't like that. I like blackjack. They only have 2 blackjack tables. Here's the kicker though. One is a $5 table, one's a $10 table. I haven't seen $5 or $10 tables in probably 15 years. We are now up to $25 tables. So I was like, this is awesome. And they also do not have they manually back in the good old days will shuffle. They do not have one of those fancy electronic or whatever shufflers. So there's 8 decks in a shoe, and they do it by hand. Love it. We ended up knowing everybody. Now my husband plays a different card game, which they had on the ship right next to me. I ended up meeting 2 great gals, Angie and Shannon. Love them both. They were always there, and that's what we did. That's why we never slept, I swear. The next day we were on Endicott Arm Bay, which is a stay on ship day, basically. Okay, you guys, this is Endicott Bay. Quite lovely. Here's the ice. Just thought I'd show you all the icebergs, you guys. This is Endicott Arm Bay. Look at all. And then I had a massage, and I loved it. I spent the whole day just kind of by myself. Everybody went off and did whatever, right? And this was like my day. I was like, so I went to the gym, I went and had a massage. All right, you guys, this is it pronounced Morel?
Yes.
Okay, this is the Morel Spa where you first begin. Look at this gorgeous view. And then we have these here. So beautiful. Massage, by the way, oh my God. This is my girl right here. She is seriously, Winland, best masseuse I've ever had in my 58 years of living. Unbelievable. Would completely say go for it. Now you'll say, what massage did you have? Good question. I just chose their signature massage, and then she will ask me, what do you want? And I'll say, well, the shoulders and the, you know, the neck, they're all the tight. And that first massage, so I'm like, go as hard as you want. Oh, be careful what you say. She got in there around the scapulas and popping all those knots, and amazing. I actually did 2 massages with her. I went for a third and she had a day off. I wanted to cry because I didn't want anybody else. And you guys, I just got back from a massage, hence why I'm freezing. That's all ice cubes. Ice cubes. Icebergs. We're in Endicott Arms. So now I'm heading to the gym, but I thought I would show you. But this is just, I'm on the cruise, but that is my view. We are going in circles. This is Endicott Arms, and look at that. That is stunning. The blue ice. It's gorgeous. Stunning. It literally makes you want to cry, guys. Beautiful. Dress in pink for my breast cancer. It was my 6th year, and so we all dressed in pink, including Michael, who didn't even know we were doing it. Him and I, every night. It was wild. They're like, y'all dressed, did you plan it? And we're like, no. So that's what we did. And then again, I think that's the night that I went right to the table from there, and everybody kind of did their different things. The next day was Juneau. We were most excited about this particular excursion, and it didn't happen. And that was the helicopter and dog sledding. Love to tell you all about it in a different video, but I can't because it didn't happen. It wasn't rain, it was visibility. That was Juneau, you are not there long. Ship leaves at 6, so you're really not in Juneau long. I would much rather be in Juneau a lot longer, that's for sure. We did a lot of fun things. We had lunch and stuff in Juneau and did other things, and I will tell you about that in a different video. The next day we were in Skagway, so it was a back-to-back thing. We did go back, once we got back on the ship, we again had dinner. Our dinners were always late, like 7 or 8 feet. Another place that we explored as well is the theater.
Let's do something crazy.
One show. There were shows every single night. You have an itinerary from morning, midday, and evening. So we then did Skagway. Okay, so Skagway, we went and did a bunch of stuff. Well, we are leaving Skagway, heading to Ketchikan Mountains, guys. We did that at Summit Pass. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna go meet a couple of new friends that I've made. A little bit. The next day was Glacier Bay. That is a day that I went to the gym. That was when I had my second massage. Love her so much. I loved it. It was great. Again, wonderful. One of the other places we did stop in is the jewelry store. I snuck in there while everyone was looking at some of the shows or whatever, and on the first day, and one of the things that I have been looking for years is a pink sapphire to celebrate and to have a reminder on my finger at all times. I walk in and they had about 7 or 8 pink sapphire rings. I was like, oh. So in the jewelry store, I met a fabulous, oh my God, I love Elle. Elle is phenomenal. She and I are definitely have had similar paths in our life. That's where I'll leave it. So Elle was there and wanted something that I could wear every single day. I didn't want a cocktail ring. I found this, that's exactly how Elle says it, that when I found this one, it just spoke to me. So this is the ring I got, and if you love it, you can get it too, because it's from Effie and I found it online and it is beautiful. So it is a pink sapphire and it's in a halo. So if you look very closely, you can see that there are gold diamonds and white diamonds. What I love about it is it goes so well with my wedding ring. They're both halo design, and so I fell in love with it. I like to mention the fun things that I enjoyed on this ship was with Effie. You could go into port and you will get certain ports, Ketchikan, Juneau, and Skagway, and you can get a necklace. Each port has their necklace and it costs you nothing. You walk in, hey, would like to get my necklace. This one is a flower. It's so pretty. I don't remember which one was where. I know that Juneau was the whale tail. I think this one's so cute. Look at, it's a whale tail. And the other one is an eagle's head. And this was Ketchikan. So this had to be Skagway, I think. The thing is, and they would give me 2. They gave me 2 because it was my husband and I, so they gave me 2. Now, one of the things, this is another fun thing, if you like jewelry, should I bet you guys? They will give you this chain, okay, this gold chain, and then you go and you collect the charms. So it would say like at 11 o'clock, show up at Effie and you can get whatever charm, right? Well, and I mean, they have some stinking cute charms, you guys. I mean, if you look, like they have a little one that says Effie. This is a little champagne glass that has like little crystals. There's an amethyst. There's an anchor. There is a little lock, a little handbag, a horseshoe. This is my favorite, Cinderella's slipper. I love that one. And I love the tiger's mask. So there's, okay. So basically by the end of the day, end of the trip, you would have all of these on a chain. When on a cruise, you will get a better deal on jewelry. I have the bracelet as well. 4 days later, I saw the watercolor collection, and I was like, oh my gosh. I would just go in just to say hi to Elle. And oh, by the way, when you buy something, it is a huge deal. You ring a bell, you make a wish, you have champagne. It's an experience. I saw this one, and this is the watercolor. These are all sapphires. They go in a gradient pattern. So if you start with like the blues, and then it goes to the greens, and then the yellows, and then the oranges, and then we go to the reds and the pinks. It's stunning. This is in white gold. Of course, they have it in yellow gold as well, if memory serves me right. They also have a pendant like this and earrings, and I loved this, and look how, I mean, please. Doesn't matter what you wear either. That was the great thing. I was like, oh, this is one of those things where it doesn't matter which gown I wear or which dress I wear. I put it on and it's just gorgeous, and it's definitely a statement piece for sure. I absolutely love it. So if you are taking a Cunard cruise on the Queen Elizabeth, stop in and tell Elle that Darlene says hi. We'll see if she remembers me. You could always say breast cancer, pink, sapphire. She'll remember. She's awesome. So we did do that as well. So I did spend a lot of time in the jewelry thing. And we went to, after Glacier Bay, we went to, the next day was Ketchikan. Ketchikan was a very, we got in late, but stayed late. Again, I'll go more detail with the excursions and more detail about the ports as well, all in a different video. In fact, I'm just going to leave it there. So we went to Ketchikan, and then we got back because in Ketchikan you can stay till 8. I think we probably stayed till 6:37 in port. Then got on, changed, and went to dinner. And then the next day it was a sea day, which also happened to be the second gala for the masquerade ball. This is again another day that I went and did the worked out at the gym, went and got my hair done. So I also used the salon as well. And oh my gosh, do it. You guys, it's an 11-day cruise. Let somebody wash your hair. It's so awesome. Wash, dry, style. And I think it was like 65 bucks, 45, somewhere around there. I don't know, reasonable. Less than what I would pay to have it done on land in Connecticut. Shampooed, washed, dried, styled. Perfect. I was like, I had planned it at like, I think I went in at like 3 o'clock to have my hair done, and our reservations were 5:30, so it was great. I was done at 4, went back to my room, did my makeup, put my gown on and my mask, and off we went. So it was great. While I was doing that, my husband went and did a tour of the inner workings of the ship. He liked it. Again, that's another time that we just went and listened to music, and then kind of we'd have a cocktail at a bar, and then we would go to the tables and play blind.
Yay! Woo! Here we go. Kiss.
The next day was Victoria. We were on our way to Canada. Let me say the weather was fantastic. Sitka, it rained. Obviously, Juneau had its issues with visibility, but otherwise then from that point forward, it was gorgeous, like warm and gorgeous and beautiful, and never rained. It was 75 in Victoria. I mean, it was gorgeous. And we did a tour there, which again, I will tell you all about that. We spent a lot of time in Victoria, and you were there a very long time, like 9 in the morning to 9 at night. So great place, great tour, and a great way to end basically our cruise. And then when you get back on ship, that was the latest we had dinner. I was so exhausted. Oh, I was so exhausted, you guys, so tired. And that was, I still wore a long dress on that day too. This is the library. It's quite lovely. So many books, and you can check them out. We have a little desk back here. And I was exhausted. And then you have to pack and have your luggage out. Something in case you want to know, you need to pack your suitcases. You do have an option. Everyone will put their luggage out the night before we arrive. So between, I think it said something like 5 p.m. and 11 p.m. All luggage, they'll give you special tags, will be out. And you have to have them packed and out your door, with the exception of your carry-on and anything that you need. So they have something where they'll take it and deliver it straight to the airport. And I wish we would have done that, because we did fly first class, and so it wouldn't have cost us anything. And we didn't know about it. You can do laundry, Ours was, I don't know, 7 or 8 doors down. I would run into Shannon. She ended up being on the same floor as me, so we would run into each other all the time. It doesn't cost you anything to do laundry. And I did laundry twice. I didn't even think I would ever do laundry, but I did. So I did do laundry twice. Just why not have clean? It doesn't cost you anything. Everything's provided for you. Soap is, everything's provided for you guys. So, and there is if you need to iron, they have an ironing board and an iron, so you can go ahead and do that. It's phenomenal. Simple. We disembarked. I mean, I don't know what to say, really. If you don't know about the Alaska airline first class thing, you don't have to be flying first class. You can pay for it, by the way. All right, you guys, we are in Seattle Airport. Not my favorite airport, but they do have the Alaska lounge for first class passengers, and we happened to be on first class. It was a very good deal, but anyways, this is the lounge, and they actually have 3 lounges here, and this happens to be the best one according to what everyone has been saying. So I'm going to switch around so you can actually see. Okay, so this is the food area as well as seating. So they have snack bars, fresh water, and then what's nice is they do have like your departures and arrivals over here, and then your teas, coffees, cappuccinos, espressos. Ryan doesn't do any of that. All sorts of fancy stuff here. They have, it's quite large. It really is very, very large. They do have a bar. Maybe I'll get a glass of Prosecco prior to departing, but not right now. But they do have a bar area here as well. And then you can see all the like tarmac. This is sort of a separate area. And then let's go back and I'll show you the food. Today it seems to be, maybe they have a theme, maybe it changes out, I don't really know, but it looks like they have, so they have some salads. They have an egg and potato salad, a cucumber salad, coleslaw, pork. I did try a little bit of the chicken, not my cup of tea. That looks good, but I don't know, we'll see. They have a couple different soups. So this is a clam chowder. Of course, we just got back from Alaska, and a Buddha bisque, which actually looks good. And then they also have basically Asian noodles, sesame, and cherry blossom chicken. Actually, that looks really good. I'm gonna get some more noodles. See, they have the egg rolls, and they have some sauce, green beans, all your accoutrements, and then here's that pancake printer, which I might try later. This is my favorite because I like the peanut butter and I like the saltines. But oops, we also have Nutella and your jams and jellies. And then we have a whole section over here, another pancake printer. Don't know how it works. And then muffins, cookies, cakes. Marsha's already been over here 100 times. And then over here, they have like a fireplace area with like lounges, and they have chairs over there, and they have chairs over here. I have, it's a very, very large lounge. We looked out and got loungers, so let me show you the things. And then they have these over there, which are really good. And you see the tarmac here, and then darling Marsh. And then my peanut butter. Alright, we're going for it, you guys. Does it? Something's happening. Pancake. Oh, there it goes. Oh, it's down. Do you see the little pancake? The first one.
That's a perfect little pancake.
And if you're going to be stuck at the airport for 8 hours, I recommend paying for it because your food and drink is free, and you can lounge, you can relax. I had my headphones on, I had my the chargers, it's huge. You never feel crowded or anything like that, which was great. So that's something to think about if you're stuck at the airport. This is my overall thoughts on, being that it's my first cruise. Keep in mind, Cunard's Queen Elizabeth, amazing. I can't even fathom, because I've seen, look, this is not like bring little children cruise. It's just not. I love my grandkids. I'd love to take them on a cruise. They'd be bored to tears on this cruise. Even my 18-year-old would might be a little bored on this cruise too, because it is geared for older people that want a very luxury-oriented, sophisticated, very elegant experience. I hope that kind of makes sense. 100% recommend this cruise, and we got it at a steal, so it's perfectly feasible to get it at a good deal. So yes, highly recommend it. The only negatives I have to say, the gym is it opens at 8 a.m. and closes at 8 p.m. I think it should be open 24 hours, but if you're not going to do it 24 hours, then at least open at 6 a.m. Because I work out at 6:30. So that kind of sucked, the hours. The other thing, the showers are really small. Look, I'm going to say it. I wish they all had bathtubs. They don't, unless you are, can splurge for that princess or queen's girl suites. Then, yeah, you're going to get your bathtub. So kind of a negative. Otherwise, the buffet, I only tried it twice, didn't care to ever try it again. Like this setup, I felt like it was in a cafeteria. That's what it reminded me, a cafeteria setting, and I didn't like it. Britannia, that's where to eat, you guys. Eat at Britannia, it's excellent food. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the review of the Cunard Queen Elizabeth, and within the next few weeks I'll also be doing all the fashion that I wore, as well as talk about all the excursions, the ones I would do, the ones I wish I would have done, and the ones that I would stay away from. Alright you guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, take a few minutes, hit that thumbs up, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye guys!